Hi, everybody. Today's conversation is very near and dear to my heart. And I'll be sharing with you not only one of my nearest and dearest friends, but a concept that is so groundbreaking in regards to alignment with our values, our energy, and the way we exchange value in the world. You're going to want to have more discussions about this. It's a dialogue for anyone who knows there's another way to grow, earn, and serve without forcing themselves into systems that no longer fit. This is everything that we've been talking about on all of our channels in regards to this being a very different type of energy that we're shifting into from 2025 to 2026. Again, if you just found me for the first time, I'm Lisa Alban. I'm an award-winning Feng Shui master, designer, and mentor. And I work with conscious leaders and visionaries to help them align their spaces, their businesses, and their lives so success feels supportive, sustainable, and deeply resonant. I'm honored to be joined by Dr. Miriam Divinsky, one of my best friends, mentors. Dr. Miriam is a spiritual advisor and an educator, a mentor herself who has worked with entrepreneurs and leaders all around the world. She brings a rare depth of wisdom that bridges psychology, spirituality, and practical business, especially when it comes to money, value, and conscious decision making. This conversation is less about selling harder and more about listening deeper so we can place ourselves in the right rooms with the right energy and the right time. So, Dr. Miriam, welcome. If there's anything that I've missed, I invite you to share with everyone who's listening to us on all of my channels.
Well, I'm honored to be here and share this with all of you, and of course with you, Lisa. I just want to address why and how I feel that I'm able to do this deep spiritual time of work. I'm initiated into mystery schools, and I hold accolade of adept, priestess, and a master in a mystery school of a seven-ray order. This and luminous presence of my Guru Sanat Kumara gave me an understanding and honor to present this work at this particular time with urgency, the time of urgency of self-realization, because we know that we're finishing Kalki Yuga and opening up Satya Yuga, an avatar that will lead us through this Kalki, which means Dharma, righteousness in Sanskrit, is coming in 2026. We know that humanity stands at the threshold, a turning of the cosmic ages. For thousands of years, our Earth has been moving through a deep cycle of spiritual forgetting, a long night where human identity was anchored in separation, fear, and survival. That era is ending.
Yeah. There's so much recognition of this. And there are so many people that, as you've shared with us in other episodes, do you see that the energetic resonance of people has been rising? Because I know when I met you, if we were looking at the hierarchy of the level that most humans
Pocket
resonate,
scale.
it was pretty, it was on the lower end. Do you see that
Under
rising?
200. It was
Under 200.
85% of humanity on Earth were under 200 in Hawking scale. And it
Hawkins.
is rising. No questions about it. Right.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. So, do you think this is no coincidence with it being
Oh, absolutely.
2025 and year of Aquarius and
Right.
the year of the snake moving into fire horse?
Correct. So we are entering the dawn of the great remembering. Across the world, individuals are waking up to the truth that we are not merely human personalities, we are souls, incarnated to learn, to evolve, and ultimately to realize the divine self within. This is what self-realization is. This awakening is not accidental. It is timed and guided by a high evolutionary plan for Earth. The
Mm.
Vedic traditions, the preserver of Dharma, manifest through 10 avatars. In the
Oh, wow.
final age, Kali Yuga, when humanity reaches its greatest confusion and moral decline, the Kalki avatar appears to bring restoration, truth, and light. Let me
Okay,
just
so
boast.
it like does it get worse before it gets better, is what you're saying.
Absolutely,
So
this is the worst. We
so
don't-
Kalki is a Sanskrit for the time that we're in,
Dharma,
which
it's Dharma for righteousness,
the
right?
Dharma for righteousness. And the avatars, if you can just explain what that means, is are
Right.
we are we humans are a version of what we a vessel that we choose to be present in earth, and avatars are a human form that's easiest for us to
Relate to.
recognize, relate
Yeah,
to.
right.
So this higher level being that is an avatar is choosing an image that will be pleasant
Relatable.
for us to be able to
Correct.
communicate with.
Correct. So the seventh ones was Rama, and he was mastering the sacred outer life, discipline, dharma, boundaries, right action. The next one, the eighth one, was Krishna, mastering the sacred inner life, devotion, bliss, unity, divine relationship. And the tenth one is immortal being with name Kalki, mastering the transcendent life, ego death. Truth is the only reality. So Rama purified actions. Krishna purifies emotions and mind. Kalki purifies identity itself.
Okay.
This is the arc of awakening
So
through
do you think
the early days.
in terms of like self-actualization, is this why in the past 5 years there has been so much talk around being authentic, authenticity, and
Correct.
knowing your inner knowing?
Correct.
Um, so this is the next version of that.
Correct. The Kalki is actually bring it into Earth in 2026. And if you look through esoteric numerology, 2025 is 9, 2 plus 2 plus 5, and
Yes.
2026 is 10, which is 1 plus 0 is 1.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
new age. Completely new age is opening up.
Yeah, there's no accident in that.
Right.
I love that, that a lot of people dismiss the numerology and the signs and
Well,
synchronicities,
well,
while others of us see that as a communication.
when synchronicity begins to open in your life, it means you're embodying soul. So
Mhm.
soul does not stay in your soul chakra. It actually gets embodied. Believe it or
Oh,
not, many years ago in Egyptian culture, soul was embodied. Soul chakra was inside of us, and it get outside. It's not too far. It's 6 inches above our head, but it is outside. And when you have a lot of synchronicities, it's a sign you're on your path. You're embodying
mhm.
your soul.
Yeah, so just to reiterate for everyone out there, because I'm plugged into a lot of communities daily, from virtual social interactions to physical interactions with people, and I think there's a misunderstanding. Signs and synchronicities and this feeling spiritually aligned or receiving messages, it's not a trend. It's
Mm-mm,
not something
mm-mm,
that's going to go away. And
mm-mm.
it's not because of it's not because we're mimicking things that we see other people doing. It is part of our natural evolution. And I think a lot of people just don't understand that. So it gets dismissed as,
Fortunately.
yes, it gets dismissed, unfortunately. So you're talking about why this. talking about the bridge to self-realization, and it's so urgent right now. I see it's very urgent.
Right.
And I'm so proud of you for championing this and being the person that brings this to whoever is ready to receive it.
Right.
It is very urgent. What does it mean in your work when you talk about the Gnostic path to self-realization?
Gnosis means inner knowing, not belief, not doctrine, not information, by direct recognition of what is already true. When you know something without any questions, this
Right.
is Gnosis. The self-realization means that you are living as a monad. Monad, the word monad actually means divine spark. There are steps to do it, but it completely, the time is so incredible to do it that I prepared this bridge of 13 steps. By the way, 13 is a holy number, number of death, and coming back, reincarnation. And we will do it in 1300, 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Oh.
It will be like 13, 13. So what I want you to realize that it's completely complementary. It's just a service, nothing else. And the bridge is such that I will be able to confirm with you your first three initiations, first, second, and third, and introduce you to fourth on which you need to work, on that bridge. We will be working for forgiveness,
Mm.
karma notes realization, and prosperity. Why? Because a human and a very well known person is hungry. It's very difficult to talk about self-realization. We're talking about food. And prosperity and abundance right now is a very urgent situation in a lot of human beings who are actually would be ready for more work if their whole life will not be occupied in I would say, a wrong way to try to.
Human beings right now are so distracted by everything.
Right.
We're recording this on Christmas Eve, and the amount of distractions from, being advertised to working a 9 to 5 job to not even having any connection to what your sole purpose is
Right.
leaves us very astray.
Right.
That's amazing. I love how you said that. So
So,
these
mhm,
13 deaths
right,
that you speak of, that's talked about in different cultures. It's is it
correct.
really it's ego deaths?
Correct.
Um, and
That's actually first initiation is ego death. And I'll
oh,
introduce
okay.
it. Right. I will confirm with you your one, first, second, and third, because I have a power and I have enough knowledge and enough mystery experiences to do it. But first initiation, you need to work through, and I would highly recommend a guru for that or master
Yeah.
for
Yes.
individual. All right. And again, you can go to www.7rayorder.com. The patron of this mystery school is Sanat Kumara himself. And it is incredible information you can find if you're interested in this kind of thing. And then my understanding is that Sanat Kumara is open to be a Sadguru for people who are ready for initiation of this of this kind. And again, it's all on 7rayorder.com.
7rayorder.com.
Not raise,
So
Ray. I said 7rayorder.com.
7Ray,
Mm-hmm. Order.
Ray.
RAY.
Ray, yes.
.com.
So yeah, I know that you're very well studied in so many different disciplines. And I remember having a conversation with someone about Carl Jung
Mm-hmm.
and there being a discussion. So this concept has been of 13
Yeah,
deaths has been throughout the different cycles. This isn't the only time we've been in a 9 year cycle, but only in our lifetime. But this concept of 13 deaths, it's like coming up in a lot of practitioner, even going back into biblical times, with
Correct.
Jesus and the disciples.
Mhm.
It's like the evidence is there, but no one
Right.
is connecting the dots.
Well, 13 is a very, very important number to understand. It's a number of deaths and return. It's a death of what? Death of ego,
Yeah.
and return to new life. Let me just emphasize that, okay, we said that gnosis means inner knowing. And this 13th session that I offer is an invitation to slow down, to listen inward, to rediscover clarity that does not depend on effort, achievement, and even spiritual identity. We will go through 13 steps to build up from where we are to embody self-realization. Well, can I guarantee that everybody will embody it? No. But because it will be recorded on my website, livingbyintent.com, you can go back and whatever you feel, you did not achieve 100%, just do it again and again, and then go next to next step.
That's beautiful. I love that's one thing that I think being in a virtual world now that we have these our bodies and our minds and our spirits can receive this information and programming time and time again. It's not it doesn't go away when the conversation stops.
Right.
You leave your
Right.
clients with the recording, which is very effective. And I like how you are breaking this down, these 13 deaths or 13 releases in very small doses, because I imagine that can be very, it can shake a lot of, shake you up on many levels.
And every session will work on abundance, prosperity, karmic knots, and forgiveness. In every session, I will leave you with numerological code for prosperity. And obviously, from one to next, the codes will be more and more deep and more and more profound.
Beautiful. Yeah,
So,
I can attest to this. I've known Dr. Miriam for, gosh, we've been friends for 4 years, right? Five
mhm,
years? Five
right,
years.
something like that, right?
For 5 years. And I've worked with Dr. Miriam as she's refined and up-leveled her teachings and her sessions. And I know it's hard if it's your first time to understand the concept, but numbers are more than just numbers, and words are more than just words. And
Janet,
spiritual dowsing as a big key part of your practice, it works on a quantum level that not everyone understands, but you know what? It's okay. You don't have to understand it to feel the benefits. And I love how you reference the embodiment too, because Dr. Miriam's not a magician to solve all your life problems. There's something within you that will awaken that you know, will soon take on that urge to embody your best self, not just expect it to land in your lap.
well, you mentioned the dowsing. I am a dowser for many, many years. I'm certified as a master dowser. The thing is to understand is how I dowse. It's on a level of monad. It took a lot of years to get to this level. But now it's on the level of your infinite spark, of my infinite spark, on the level of monad. This is why my dowsing is so effective. This is why it solves the problems for people. Again and again, when I taught dowsing, I tried many times. And every time I was amazed that people can move the pendulum, but
Yeah,
I
you're
am
right.
lost.
Oh, that's okay. I can still see you. Yeah, people can move the pendulum. Um,
Okay.
there you go. You found me.
No, I don't see you.
Oh, look on the bottom of your desktop, and then you will
Right?
see a little ZM for Zoom. So if you just click on that, it'll bring the
Oh,
pictures
yes.
back up.
Right. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to understand that people douse, and I want you to understand that they're trying to douse. It's a great idea. However, a beginner douse on their conscious minds and their higher self, and it's very, very far from soul level. And actually, I douse on monad level, which is much higher than soul level. This is the difference. So when people ask, how come you can do it and I cannot, I can douse? Well, depends on what level we douse, and eventually it's a monad level.
I will say, I want to come back to Manat really quickly, but um, with dowsing, not just being the dowser, but to be able to receive
Hmm.
is one of the biggest challenges. And I feel that's one of life's biggest lessons in terms of energetic reciprocity, is being able to receive the information, being able to receive the work and the shifts, and being able to receive the knowledge and wisdom is one of the biggest challenges that we all face.
Correct. It's a dominant vibration. I can help you to change your dominant vibration, but it's you who need to hold it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
face many of these challenges, especially in the Western world. Our society
Outside.
is very, young energy, very, forceful,
Hmm.
um, out there, resistant,
Right. Right.
dismissive, all
Right.
of these things. So, if you're looking to work on these parts and connect with your higher self, Dr. Miriam's work can help you shift and move into this next chapter with so much more ease and clarity. And I'm sure I've seen pictures and heard stories and seen videos. There's a lot of people that are frantic right now and feeling very left behind, very confused, and disillusioned. Yeah.
Yes. All right. You
So this
mentioned
monot, the monot level that you speak of is outside of the normal
vocabulary.
life chi. Yes.
Well, let's imagine how it all happened. There is infinite spirit, transcendental, no qualities. Let's name him Shiva. Then comes female energy. Let's name it Shakti. That is the power of Shiva. And then between two of them becomes Brahma, which is expression of Shiva. Now, all this is great. But now we need to get it on a human level. On a human level, this is creator, this God, that completely abstract entity, created the monads. And why? Let's imagine that Shiva was in complete stillness, meditating on himself, everything is fine. And then he said, I am.
Mm.
And then he said, I am that. And in that
Mm.
moment, object and subject were created. So subject and object. And he could not, that created our universe. And he
Wow.
cannot rest until every one of us will say, I am that, I am. And the human drama will be finished.
Mhm. Wow.
Obviously, it's a very metaphoric representation of what actually happened. But what actually happened, infinite spirit, absolute, created monads. And every monad would express in a 12 monads. And every of these monads has 12 souls under their guidance. So every one of us, every single human being on earth, this is why it's unity. We all
Mhm.
connected to our monad, and our monad connected to bigger monad. That's how unity actually works. We really is one. Why? Because of this monadic field came from what? From what we call God. Well, actually, it's more than what we call God, but we will stop here because we are getting more and more
But
metaphysics.
that's a little
Well,
deep,
because
you
there
guys,
is a
right?
right, there is a there is a absolute God and there is a God creator. So
Mm.
it's on the level of God creator. So if you look how triad is manifested, Shiva, Shakti, and Brahma, manifestation is Shakti, Vishnu, and Brahma. But again and again, this is a particular situation. The thing is that all of us are connected to our monad, and our monad connected to all other monads, and all of them created together are act of creation. So this is
Mm.
what unity is. We all are one. We just perceive ourselves as separate. We are all that creator because he, she, it divided himself into pieces. And every one of us has this spark, which is emanation of him, her, it. Right. So you
Mm.
mentioned that you feel that it what's going on is not accidental. It is not, it's guided.
Mhm.
The ancient Vedic teaching, the great restorer of truth, the Kalki avatar, comes with humanity most deeply, when humanity deeply needs light. Esoterically, Kalki is not only single figure. We wait for the future. Kalki is a descending field of divine consciousness, the purifying presence of Sanat Kumara, awakening with it every one of us now. And unfortunately, what's happening, we're unconscious about it. So all my work is to bring it to your remembrance, to your consciousness.
Mm. Wow,
Right. You
that's
need
really
to
powerful.
realize that it is there. It's just not realized.
Hmm. Yeah, on a very basic level, I know, and I know you've run into this too with clients and students, is on a very basic level, there are people that are very frustrated, not believing that they have any connection with their own intuition or higher guidance, but it's there. It just needs to be, I don't know how you would say, practice or
Rediscover
access.
it. Rediscover it.
Yeah,
First,
make friends with
there is a
it.
knowledge. First of all comes knowledge.
Hmm.
When,
Yeah,
to me, yes, knowledge is not sufficient, but it's necessary. When you have a knowledge, the next step is knowing, intuition,
yeah,
inner guidance. But before you know where are you going? To go to Chicago, what do you need? First, map, right? Let's
yeah,
imagine we are driving to Chicago. What's the first thing we need to go to Chicago? We need a
right.
map. Map is not territory, but we need a territory is knowing. Map is knowledge. We need to start with a map.
Hmm.
And it's
Yeah,
complete, in my understanding, in my experience working with people, it's completely absent. This is why I
right.
created it. This is why it's complementary. This is why I don't collect emails. I just want to bring this knowledge. Why? Because my
Hmm.
Sadhguru, Sanat Kumara, insist on it.
Hmm.
This is all this started with me having a guru, which is Sanat Kumara, which is logos of this planet. And Sanat Kumara insisting that it's a crucial time when people need to understand that his presence coming with Kalki.
Wow.
Kalki is manifestation of Sanat Kumara. Kalki is immortal being that will have 64 siddhas, 64 powers. Before him, only Sanat Kumara had 64 siddhas, and he transferred it to Kalki.
Oh,
An
wow.
incredible being. He can simultaneously be in million places to guide million people, to do things that is completely inconceivable to our human minds.
So this urgency for to help assist people in connecting and finding their self-actualization is so that these changes will be more successful, or why is it?
It is because we didn't come to witness it. We
Mhm.
came to usher it. We come to be a midwives of this
Mhm.
process. You know, if you talk to any mystery school traditions, they will, smile and tell you, we were standing in line to be born at this time. It was
Mhm.
not enough places for human souls to come. That's exactly what's going on right now. If we're going through the process correctly, not only our destiny, our life in this lifetime, and our destiny in all lifetimes, specifically future, if we will decide to incarnate again, completely changes by this, what we are doing right now. We usher a new age, we usher a new earth.
Wow. That feels like a lot of responsibility and, at a time when so many are feeling overwhelmed or that they can't make decisions for themselves or, it's a real call to action for people to make that inner change so that the outer changes can happen.
Correct. All I'm asking people in the final account is to relax.
Yeah, well, that
I mean,
sounds it's hard for
right, just
people
to
to
relax.
relax, Miriam.
Right. I know, but to relax into who you truly are. You
Yeah,
already it, you just don't remember. All
right,
these
right.
13 steps will bring you to remembrance. And the reaction will be, my God, how did I know that? It is so simple. It is so profound. I am it. And with that, everything changes. Why? Because your dominant vibration will change.
hmm
You don't
Yeah,
need to suffer to be prosperous and abundant,
yeah,
to be able
yeah.
aligned to prosperity and abundance. And that work does it. This is why I will do in every session, I will have a little segment connected to closing karmic knots, complete forgiveness of yourself and everybody else in your this life and all past lives, and finally abundance and prosperity.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that so much. That's such a wonderful, generous offering. And I know you said that these sessions that you're doing, the information that you're sharing, you're giving so much purely to help people get to a certain level. And
Correct.
then, right. And then if they feel called and if they feel, you know, they are ready to receive and to work with you on a deeper level, you have that capacity.
Well, yes, but that's a completely different level. You,
Yeah.
you don't need to work with me personally to go through these 13 steps.
You
Yes, if you
can,
want to work with me personally, I'll accommodate people. It will not be,
right.
as tomorrow session, but eventually
Right.
we will manage. Yes, my schedule
Yes.
is full, as you can imagine, with what's
Yes.
going on.
I know it is. It's
Right.
hard to get on your
Right,
schedule.
right. And this is because what's going on. People who finally got on my schedule do not leave that schedule for very simple reasons. Their life
Mhm.
changed so drastically. Once I got somebody sent, instead of putting it on Zelle, just send me a check. And it came with a postcard. And gonna cry every time I say it. His name is Brian, the person who wrote that. He says, Miriam, thank you for leading me to myself.
Oh, that
I
is
think this is the
beautiful.
highest compliment I ever got in my work.
Yes.
Thank you for leading me to myself, to recognize
Yes.
who I am truly are.
Oh, and that is your life mission, really,
Right?
especially as it relates to Sanat.
Right. Sanat
Yes.
Kumara is available for guidance. He is first time that is available. Why? Because the timing is correct.
Mm.
You cannot imagine, what a power and what a light it is. He came to Earth before Earth was ready for light, before humanity knew itself as divine. A great being descended from the morning star Venus, carrying within him the flame of eternal consciousness. This being is Sanat Kumara, known to the ancient as the Ancient of Days, to the initiates as the planetary logos, and to mystics as the Son of the Supreme, who watches over Earth as his sacred trust.
Mm.
When humanity fell into forgetfulness, when the inner light grew dim and the divine connection was nearly lost, Sanat Kumara vowed, I will remain until the last soul awakens.
Mm.
He is in
Wow.
Shambhala, the luminous spiritual center, which is the subtle planes of earth. From here, from there, he radiates guidance, protection, and the remembrance of our true nature, our connection to Manad.
Wow.
Now he returns as manifestation, as Kalki, the avatar who rides the white horse of ascending consciousness and wields the sword of awareness to cut through all illusions. And you know
Wow.
what's interesting? Kalki does not descend only as a single figure. Kalki awakens as a field inside every heart that remembers its divinity. So if we will
Mm.
bring our divinity, we will remember it, we will connect to Kalki presence.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Okay.
Well, that really brings everything full circle from
Right.
what I've come to learn from you in your work and part of your champion before this version that you're sharing with us today is searching for truth and enlightenment and playing that game of life and business.
To win.
So, yes, so you really did a great job setting the stage through the work that you shared in your books that I've had a great honor to read and to learn from you. And now I see the linear progression or non-linear progression of
Right.
your work and that heart-centeredness of living life and business.
Right.
It doesn't come from manipulation. It doesn't come from
Effort. It does not even need effort. It's
tools. It
just
doesn't come from,
resonance.
it comes from inner.
Right.
And that's where the past, 180 years of where we've come from, that was, age of, industrial revolution and the rise of corporations and a lot of the structures and systems that have gotten us to this place. They've gotten out of balance, and now they're crumbling,
Yes.
and that feels uncomfortable to so many. So, what you're serving to us right now is, if anything, if our listeners, our watchers can take away right now is to have this awareness. You don't have to understand it right now. But what Dr. Miriam is saying is there will be something that comes from a heart center place. It's not going to come from something that you purchase. It's going to come from your inner self and having that awareness.
Right. So, in a short way to say it is, we will learn that you are not, you are more than a body. You are more than your story. You are a spark of the infinite flame. And if you come to that realization and you embody this frequency, everything will change. On that day, you will really know who you are. And everything will change. Your life will change. Because the false story will fall away from you. The identifications that we hold with ego will fall away.
Mm, that's really beautiful and powerful.
And again, the main thing, you need to relax.
Yeah, that's
Because,
that's the hardest
you
part
know,
for most Americans.
correct. Right, right. It was not
Mhm.
easy for me either. Believe me, I'm here for 45 years and I learn our ways. You know what I mean? It was like, what do you mean relax? Well, relax.
I
Take
don't
a
have time
deep
to
breath.
relax.
Right. Take a deep
And
breath.
in full
Listen.
transparency, everybody, so Dr. Miriam and I have a ritual that we do together where once a month we go and we have a facial together. And it's, not a lot of time. We both don't have a lot of time on our schedules, but that is the most important time for us to connect and to relax and to take care of ourselves. And those type of practices are invaluable. And I know a lot of people will say that's a luxury, but taking
Go
care of
for a walk.
ourselves,
Go for a
yes,
walk. Smile. You know,
yes,
Sanat Kumara constantly insists on one thing. Mira, which is my Russian name. Smile.
yes,
And I learned to
yes.
smile. I really did. You know, you will be amazed how simple it is and how it will change your life. Just smile.
It's so true. Yeah. Just one happy, treasured interaction like that can spill over, and you'll be amazed by how your problems solve when you disconnect from
Mhm,
trying to manipulate them.
mhm, mhm. You just smile and everything just somehow falls
Lighten
into
up.
place. Yeah,
Yeah.
lighten up, falls into place.
Well, lighten up is another way to express a higher vibration.
Correct?
Um,
Well, exactly
and
why it works.
yes, yeah. I think this is, really you've done such a great job. I know in our pre-chat conversation, I was like, I don't know who's going to be ready to receive this, but I think it's the perfect timing. And I know that our listeners and our watchers are listening with open hearts and curiosity. And that's really, and hopefully some play too, because that sense of
Mhm,
joy is the best
mhm.
energy to be receiving something that is supposed to be beautiful. And it brings me a lot of hope because the world has gotten unrecognizable in a lot of ways, and that's okay. We expect there to be change, but there is always this hope that there's got to be a safer, more secure, more actualized world that we can have here in our time.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So,
wonderful.
right, let me just reiterate something. This 13 session Gnostic path to self-realization that I teach is a map through this passage. It guides you from the personality into your soul and ultimately into your monad, your eternal identity, the spark of God that has never been born and never, never will die.
Mm.
Right. Okay. And representing it for us, embodiment of this God
Mhm.
spirit is Sanat Kumara, who guides us through all of that. And Kalki is his manifestation, his full manifestation.
Mm.
So,
It's
um,
amazing.
right, you know, again and again, this is such a crucial moment when we can become not witness, but a participant of this change.
Yeah, yeah,
And that is exactly why I'm doing it.
yeah. Oh, I love how you said that too. Yeah. Um, yeah, at the
You
same
will see.
time, we want to be able to relax and to receive, but also to feel empowered and part of the process, not just, you know,
Witnessing.
witnessing. And as we have seen, sometimes things can get into the wrong intentions or the wrong hands if we are not embodying in our full self-actualized selves.
Well, if you think about it, the whole Kali Yuga, the whole wars, it happened in our mind. And if we will change our mind, we are actively participating in Satya Yuga, the 1,000 years of golden age and bliss on earth. It, 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 it comes through us. We are
Mhm.
that consciousness that holds all of that.
Mm. Yeah,
Kalki is a person, is an entity, is a being, but it's actually a level of consciousness.
mm,
Sanat Kumara is a being, immortal guide, immortal being. But what does he
mhm,
do? He leads to that consciousness. He's a guide to this consciousness. And what is this consciousness? I am that I am. Nothing else.
wow.
And if you realize that, monad is yours, right? This is your spark of God. It is you in your highest you All you need to do is to realize it.
Wow. I hope everybody is ready to receive that and acknowledge that within themselves.
Right. Let
And
me just
Dr. Yeah,
say
go ahead.
something. To
Yeah.
get to these sessions, we need to go to miriam360.com
Mhm.
and find Zoom and enter 995995, and I'll admit you into the room. It's very, very simple. Miriam360.com, Zoom 995995. By the way, 995 is a blessing for food, and the number I received. It's so funny. A person who did it to me had no idea.
Oh
And
my gosh.
right, 995 is a blessing. It's
There
like,
you go. Again, with
right,
the synchronicities and
right,
the
right.
affirmation, right?
Right. And to go to recording, you go to my website, which is livingbyintent.com. All you need to know, and I'm sure you
Yes.
give that
I'll include
information.
this information in the notes,
Yes. Right.
livingbyintent.com and miriam360.com.
Right.
And then the code again is
995995.
okay,
Go
995
miriam360.com, you find the word Zoom, and it will ask for a code, and it is
Perfect.
995995.
Perfect. Oh, wow. That's really wonderful.
Right.
Miriam, we do have some time. Did you want to close with an invocation?
Yes. Okay. Let's take a deep breath. Beloved flame of Kalki, radiant sword of truth, purifier of illumination, we call you into our field now. Let the fire of your presence burn away all that is false, all that is outdated, all that no longer reflects our souls. Beloved Sanat Kumara, ancient regent of earth, Lord of the eternal flame, guide of the seven rays, stand with us, stand before us, stand with us. Unite our heart with your heart, our mind with your wisdom, our path with your purpose. May the Kalki light open the state of remembrance, align every soul to its monad, and awakens the inner radiance we came to embody in this lifetime. Through the blessing of the Sanat Kumara, through the sword of Kalki, through the eternal field of the one presence, we step into truth, we step into clarity, we step into our divine identity now.
Beautiful. I love that. So I just want to also ask some questions because I get asked this often. Being a Feng Shui practitioner, I often get asked from people, are if I practice Feng Shui, does that go against my religion? So is practicing what we're discussing a conflict with anybody's religion?
Absolutely not. You can be Jewish, Muslim, Christian, New Age Christian, you name it. Has nothing to do with controversy of self-realization. Has nothing
Mhm.
to do with it. Actually, in many religions, the founders of religion had that inference to, specifically I know it about Christianity, you are God. But it got lost in church services, and people, somehow lost that connection. It has no contradiction, none, with any kind of religious doctrine that you could believe in. It can only support it.
Mhm. So this is really all about that divine love that's within all of us that we're welcoming a connection with.
Correct.
And you so graciously are helping to bring awareness
Yeah.
and to help assist people that are looking for that reconnection to self and therefore their our higher selves,
Right.
and that oneness and that feeling of
Belonging.
unity, belonging, right, right, right. So and I just wanted to close with that because I know that is a question that's brought to me quite often.
Right.
I can't talk about that. It's not my religion.
Has
But
nothing to do with
it's
your
nothing,
religious
right?
beliefs.
Correct.
So all we are saying is you already have it. You just don't remember.
Right.
You
Right. It's
have
just
gnosis, right? You have
a
self-realization.
reconnection, a reawakening of.
You already have it.
Yeah, I know you've talked and you know so much about psychology and of
Oh, let me tell you something. There are
yes.
two psychologists in, well, three, Carl Jung, obviously, but there are
Yes.
two much less, I would say, esoteric psychologists. One
Hmm.
was Abraham Maslow, and another Dr. Abraham Maslow, and
Yes.
another is Dr. David Hawkins.
Hmm.
Both in different terms, and I'll bring it on these 13 steps, brought transcendence.
Hmm.
Late Abraham Maslow, on his pyramid, famous pyramid, brought another level above everything, transcendence. And Hawkins, 600 plus is transcendence.
Right.
So, and neither one of them, by the way, were mystics. Dr. Hawkins was self-realized person, but
Hmm.
right,
Yes, yeah, that's interesting. And so, yeah, it just all of these times throughout history and through other um, experts and practitioners have found their own way to get to this point of understanding and have tried so hard to prepare everyone to have this connectedness and the understanding. And now it's really critical at this time if we really do want to see a more beautiful experience, a more beautiful world, and a more beautiful life, and have that ease and clarity and just inner knowing that no matter where you are, you're not alone. And so I know
you
this
are
will reach so
seeing,
many, right? Especially in this season. I know, whenever this video finds the person who's receiving it is going to be felt at the exact right time. But if this resonates with you, I urge you to reach out to Dr. Miriam and with a curious mind and an open heart, just poke around in there and see just what doors open up for you, what synchronicities that you see in your own life, and it just builds. The momentum just builds.
right? Just go to miriam360.com or livingbyintent.com. You will know more about me. In both of them, you will see me doing dowsing. You will realize how I relate to all of that. And by the way, in every session, we obviously will have dowsing part of releasing what we don't want and installing and activating what we do want. So this is why this setting steps will actually open up. It's a bridge, and it will open up to entrance, to gateway, to realize, who you really are, to this self-realization.
I love that. Yeah. It's a process. It's not a one and done
All right.
type of gift that you receive here. I love that you say it's a bridge to self-actualization because so much of it you will discover on your own because you have that ability. Um, yeah, this has been a really great discussion with you, and I'm so happy to
Thank,
have it with everybody. And I look forward to hearing who this reaches.
thank you.
Yes, thank you
I'm,
so much for joining me, as always. And I can't wait till the next time we get together, which will be very soon.
thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New
Yes,
Year. Thank you.
yes. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and to everyone, whenever you find this, whether it's in 2025 or 2026, it's the exact right time, and Dr. Miriam is here to help you. And the gifts, her books, these sessions are just invaluable. So enjoy, enjoy.
Love and
Okay.
light.
Love
Love
and
and
light.
light.
Yes, we'll
Love
talk
and
to you
light.
again soon. All right.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.